In the aftermath of the January 2010 earthquake in Haiti, millions of people from around the world joined with the Haitian people in a time of shock and mourning. At the second anniversary of that devastating event, more than 500,000 people still remain homeless across the nation's capital of Port-au-Prince. Most live in makeshift houses and worn-out tents. Hundreds of orphaned children still need care, and many children are living without adequate food, water, health care, and schooling. Hope for Haiti's Children was a consistent and committed presence for more than a decade before the disaster, and its commitment today is stronger than ever. Since the earthquake, HFHC has received and distributed more than $1.2 million of earthquake relief funds. More than 4,000 families, including over 20,000 women and children, have been helped with food, medical assistance, water purification filters, and shelter. HFHC has actively partnered with organizations including Healing Hands International, White's Ferry Road Relief Ministries, and USAID Denton to multiply their efforts. In November 2010, Hope for Haiti's Children's Board of Directors adopted a long-term plan entitled Rebuilding Hope 2020. This plan provides a permanent and sustainable approach to restore these families, strengthen HFHC-affiliated schools, care for additional orphans, and train a new generation of Christian leaders. These efforts are based on HFHC's comprehensive child development model. Rebuilding Hope 2020 efforts in 2011 funded the reconstruction of 2 HFHC schools. The Delma Christian School in downtown Port-au-Prince is one of the first permanent earthquake-resistant structures in all of Haiti. The Hinch Christian School facility, heavily damaged by numerous hurricanes in recent years, was also rebuilt. In 2012, HFHC's plans include construction of the Tomazo Christian School and initiating a post-secondary and vocational training program for young adults. The first phase of the Tomazo Christian Orphanage was completed in December 2011, including a boys' and girls' dormitory, a new kitchen and dining hall. Natasha Pierre, formerly a sponsored child at HFHC's Cazo Christian Orphanage, is the administrator and primary caregiver to the children. Adjacent to the orphanage, Hope for Haiti's Children also completed the Tomazo Team Center, which provides visiting mission teams with American-style housing for up to 22 volunteers. At the Mission Cross Earthquake Relocation Community, 3 apartment buildings to house women and children are on schedule for completion in the middle of 2012. The first occupants will be mothers with HFHC-sponsored children who lost their homes after the earthquake and are currently living in a nearby tent city. They eagerly anticipate the day when they can move into this safe environment with a clean source of well water for the entire community. The Tomazo Relocation Community has begun an organic micro-farm to enable the orphanage and the community to grow their own healthy food. Hundreds of papaya were harvested and sold to purchase other necessities. In 2012, plans call to grow additional crops in raised bed gardens and adding chickens to provide eggs to the orphanage. With assistance from Preston and Ann Hill, the City Soleil Christian School Lunch Program expanded in 2011 to serve nutritious food 5 days a week. Rebuilding Hope 2020 plans include adding additional school lunch programs and the drilling of wells at HFHC-affiliated schools as funding permits. Each January, HFHC sponsors mission trips made up of medical professionals and volunteers for week-long clinics to provide children with a physical exam and immediate care if necessary. Throughout the year, medical attention is available to sponsored children through a prepaid clinic in Port-au-Prince. Central to all these efforts is HFHC's continued focus to instill Christian values and demonstrate the love of Christ to all the youth and families served. Each July, HFHC holds a 3-day Christian leadership camp where 200 sponsored teens gather for a time of fellowship and mentoring. Many of these youth are making life-changing decisions to commit their lives to follow Christ. Rebuilding Hope 2020 efforts are making a significant improvement in the lives and hearts of thousands of Haitian children and their families. Experience the joy of transforming the life of a child by becoming a Rebuilding Hope 2020 financial partner today. Your gift can literally make a world of difference.